Yes, this is my organization, which is OCEAC. OCEAC is an organization which covers countries in the Central African region. So let me drive you through the history of the organization, saying that OCEAC is an organization which was created since long, since the 1960s, and then from the 1960s to 1965 was changed. It was OCEAC. The name was not good, so they changed it to OCEAC. And then all through between 1965 and 2002, it was under the supervision of the French, and then we say, okay, we need our independence now. We need to roll out things by ourselves. That's when we started being in the CEMAC, and then from there, we are now in the CEMAC, and we are called as the Ministry of Health of CEMAC. So for those who doesn't know CEMAC countries, these are CEMAC countries. So you see Central Africa there, the different countries which are within the CEMAC zone, and OCEAC is managing all what is related with health issues within the area, because there need to be coordination between the areas. There could be a disease in one country crossing border to be in another country, and there's no regulation in there, and we are really doing this work, making sure that countries talk to one another, because one country could not go in another country to say, oh, this is happening, and we need to come and search, maybe investigate in your country. So there is a need for an organization to do this and to make sure that everyone is on the same level. So this is OCEAC. So this is what we are doing as missions, public health actions, career research, health promotion, expertise to stakeholders, humanitarian acts within the Central Africa region. So that's what we are doing. We are also working on different diseases such as HIV, AIDS, malaria, tuberculosis, neglected tropical disease, preventable disease, hemorrhagic fever, non-transmissible disease. So you see where we are working is very large. Now, looking at the research has been done is mostly on malaria, arboviruses, trypanosomiasis, and helminth. I don't know if this disease, trypanosomiasis, African trypanosomiasis, is also here in Nigeria, or maybe it has been eliminated in most part of the Africa, and we still have it in Central Africa, meaning that there is a lot to do there, because we still have diseases which have been eradicated in most part of Africa. So there is some work which has to be done in those places. So we are working on those diseases. We are also trying to send out information of what we are doing through conferences, seminar, training, and we are also training students at different level, master, PhD, and this is something that we are proud of, because there are many students which are really coming out from the institute, and building the next generation is something that we need really to show up, because it's very important to do that. And we are also bringing support. As I was saying, we are working with the National Control Program within the area in order to make sure that they have strategic documents that they can use in order to fight against diseases. So we are helping them drafting this document. We are also supporting them in the revision of their annual plan of action, technical support in sample collection and processing, and participation in meetings and committees, implementation of pilot interventions. Yes, I don't know, yeah. What's happening? I don't know what's happening here. It's not moving. Maybe the computer is also hungry. I think so. Yes, so I think I should be hurrying up, so yeah. Please, it's not moving. I see. I'm the one. Leave it. Yes, good. So, yes, when Adepo came out, he said that they were doing this mapping of vector species across Nigeria. We also did one in Cameroon. This is what we did. showing the distribution of different species across the country, how they are being distributed, and because we know how they are distributed, we know which action control intervention will be working in different areas, and we also did a number of studies assessing the suitability of species within different environments to see which species will be more interested in living in this zone or the different zones. So this were done for the major vectors. We also look at the complexity of the vector population, because when we talk about complexity, it means what? It means that you have a species that you can identify morphologically as one species, but when you go into genetically, you see that there are many species within just one species that you identify morphologically. So it's very important for us to have this knowledge and to know which species here, because for some you will see that they are vectors and some are not vectors. You might be being out there putting in money for fighting against one mosquito which is not a vector, and making knowing this would make you maybe save money for fighting against vector population. So this is something. We are also doing some genetical studies assessing how mosquito population are distributed, and this is very important because, as we know, some countries in Africa have already planned to release genetically modified mosquitoes, and it's also important for us to know if these mosquitoes will be traveling around and getting to Cameroon. So it's very important for us to know if we can avoid what is being done elsewhere. So these studies are also telling us much about this, if we need to be afraid or not of what is taking place in one neighboring country or not. So these are things that we are doing in order to get more information on that. So we are also looking at vector population, how they are adapting in the urban environment. As you can see, we see that vector population are becoming more clever and clever, because some are they separate the environment. Some will say, okay, I will be in the urban environment. Another will say, no, I would maybe be more present in the rural environment. And it makes that we also need to think how we are putting in place intervention. So now we are also thinking of genetically modified control intervention, but is this going to work in every environment? This is also a question that we are putting forward to say, okay, we need to have this better comprehension of what is taking place in order for us to put in place strategies that will be effective in different environments. So we are also doing work across the different OCEAC countries to see if we have similar species within the area, and to know how they are circulating, and if ever one country is really implementing an intervention, if this will affect another, and all this type of things. So this information is also brought out to countries to make sure that they take this in consideration when they are planning for their control intervention within the area. So I think I was supposed to talk about gene drive, but someone, a specialist, came out and he's spoken very well about this. So for the sake of time, I will not go back to this. Another specialist came back and also talk about this gene drive, still the gene drive, and the gene editing. So for the sake of time, please let me not go through this and just say, okay, it has already been explained to you. And if there are more questions, we are here with you people. We can answer to this question and get more information, give you more information concerning this. So in Cameroon, what we are doing as current research concerning emerging technology. So we have been doing some genetical studies across Cameroon to see if population which are collected across the country are similar or not similar, to see if ever a mosquito is released in one place, this mosquito could diffuse in the entire country. And as you can see from here in the two maps, one is for Gambia and the other is for Kulosai, it clearly shows you that we have different subpopulations which are distributed within the country, making that maybe if we release a mosquito in one environment, maybe this mosquito will not be able to spread quite fast because the genetical barrier there could be genetical barrier along the way, making that it will not spread, and maybe we'll need to release mosquito at different places in order to have a better impact of our intervention within the area. So this is something that is also very important for us to know, to capture. Yes, I will be through with that. Thank you again. So we are also doing another work, which is with the Wolbachia. You know, Wolbachia is also another modified organism which is being used for controlling vector population. So we're able to find one which is in natural population of Anopheles muncheti in the environment, and it came out that this strain was very interesting for fighting against vector population. So now we are working in making sure that we can maybe select the good strain, enough of it to carry out control intervention. And this work is being supported by the Gate Foundation also. So now concerning information on science communication in OCEAC, I would say that we regularly communicate our findings in different media as the others. We also have a service of communication which regularly share information. We make publication in scientific journals and participate in conferences and many other things. Concerning challenges, I think we have challenges in the training. We think that it's very important to train people to make sure that they are able to send out the good information. And we, as scientists, we really need to be really trained on that. And there is no training which are really for scientists, and there is a need for us to have this training and to know how we are going to work with the communicant media in order to make sure that the good information is being sent out. So there is also no clear framework which could guide the work that we are doing on a daily basis. So these are things that are very important. As a recommendation, I think fund for science communication will be also good for a research organization to make sure that they also do their work as they need training is also another one. Networking, working with people who already have skills and on this domain is also something which is very important. I think with that, I would say I've come to the end of my presentation. Thank you again, Madam Moderator.